So, here we are doing another update. So I'm just gonna do updates from the last 2 weeks. I guess the first thing I should mention is that last week was my last week of work, which is why it was hard to make a video. I didn't end up making one, but I knew that I wasn't gonna be at work this week, so I didn't really worry about it. Once, even though I had Friday off and I could have done it on Friday, I was kind of like, why would I make one on Friday for 35 weeks and then just make another one on Tuesday? So I just waited. So today's October 6th. I have a pumpkin shirt on, and I am 36 weeks today. It's kind of crazy because, as everybody knows, I did not make it this far with my twins at all, and hopefully I will be making a birth story sometime soon about them, because I did plan to do that when I first started this. I just wanted to make sure that I don't know, it seemed relevant, but now that I'm close to giving birth again, I feel like it's really relevant, and I would love to make a birth story. Obviously, if I go into labor sooner rather than later, which we will talk about in a moment, then that's fine. I'm okay with that. But if I don't, I'm going to spend my time making a birth video because I'll have the time. So, yeah. Okay. So let's start. So, to start off, of course, like always, it's the size. So I actually wrote down what she was last week and this week. Last week was the last week of cotton candy, so let's just forget about that. And besides that, it was also it was lop-eared rabbit, like a mini lop-eared rabbit. I don't really know how big typical rabbits are. I should, because my sister did like rabbit rescue, and I was around them all the time when I visited her there, the pet store, when she was doing that. But I just can't, So I guess the mini version. So I actually did not write down how many inches and pounds that was last week, but I did write down it was that. And then the fruit and our vegetable was a pineapple. This week, so today, and this week, my apps said Chihuahua, wedding cake, so now we're finally out of the cotton candy, and papaya, the last one. And that is supposed to equal about 18 to 19 inches, 5.5 to 6 pounds. Obviously, at this point, there's more and more of a range. I have no idea what size she is because I don't get growth scans, even though I wish I did. I have no idea. So I am guessing, though, that because she's a singleton and she was in the 25th percentile, there's no reason for her to not be in the 25th percentile now because my belly is measuring correctly. So I feel like I should safely assume that she's at least as big as her sisters were at this age, maybe even a little bigger because they were a lower percentile. But I do know that my firstborn twin, Zaya, she came home when they were 36 and 3 adjusted, and at that point she was 4 pounds 14 ounces. So I guess that she's at least that big, but you never know. Yeah. But that's what the app said, so, that's what I'm here to talk about, I guess. So what has been up the last 2 weeks? So, first of all the normal stuff, obviously. I've been having cramping. I've been having pressure. I have been peeing a lot, and I've definitely been tired because, it's tiring. It's tiring working. It's tiring being at home. It's tiring just being awake is tiring. And trying to sleep is tiring when you're this pregnant. So everything's uncomfortable. So much discomfort. My ribs hurt. My back hurts. I'm cramping. Down there hurts. Everything hurts. Okay? But it's okay. It doesn't hurt that bad, except sometimes. But I'm definitely having contractions. But nothing is regular. Nothing is what the stereotypical thing is. So, I keep saying, like, in a way I'll be surprised if I get checked and I'm still closed, but in a way I kind of expect myself to still be closed because I went into my induction. My induction was at 32 and 5 with the twins, but still, twins, 32 and 5. There was more weight in there, even though I'm bigger this time than I was when I delivered the girls. There was still more weight in there than there is right now. And yet I still wasn't open. I had no Braxton Hicks that I felt. I had nothing. So, yeah, who knows? I don't know. So, that's that. But, to come with all of that, I said a while ago that I was having pregnancy headaches. They have kind of returned. I think maybe, I don't know what's causing them. It's kind of alarming, but yeah, to go along with being alarming, I've also been having a lot of anxiety about things going wrong. I think a mix of knowing stuff that can go wrong, being uncomfortable and stuff that I never experienced with my twins, and just the fact that I'm not being checked ever is just making my anxiety so much higher because I feel like there's going to be something wrong or it's not catching. And there's really not much I can do about it. I mean, yeah. So, but anyway, another reason why I would be anxious, and the reason I say that I'm not being checked at all. Not having appointments. I have appointments, and my provider lets me come in more often than I'm supposed to. And then, of course, I call and I make myself extra appointments because I want to go in every single week, because I'm me. But on top of that, I actually have also been to the hospital 2 more times, I think. I think I went once before I made my last update. Right, I did because I was off work that day because I had gone to the hospital. I went 2 more times to the hospital for the same reason, for this movement. And both times getting shorter and shorter. They put me on the NST monitor. It monitors the baby's heart rate. They tell me things, whether I feel it or not. They're telling me stuff. Oh, the baby looks good, this and that, and all this other stuff. And then they do an ultrasound. They look at the fluid. They, look at the heart rate, which, I mean, we know the baby's heart's beating because we literally just heard it for 20 minutes, but okay. Watch her practice breathe, but, they're not really, I think one time they did look at the placenta, the blood flow in the placenta, and, they didn't say anything about it. They didn't say if it was good or bad. I am not super well versed in reading blood flow monitors, so to be honest, I don't know if it looks normal to me or not, but yeah. They're not measuring me, they're not checking me down there, they're not measuring her, they're not doing any of that stuff. So I don't know, I don't know if I'm progressing, I don't know if everything's okay with her size. Just because my belly's growing doesn't mean that necessarily she's growing on track. There's just such little that they do in a singleton compared to a twin pregnancy, and coming from a twin pregnancy, it's like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? And, it's just like I had so much less anxiety to begin with my twin pregnancy because of, I don't know, the way my hormones work. And this time I just have such high anxiety to begin with that it's just like, oh my gosh. But we'll see what happens. Because I do have a lot of cramping and pressure and contractions. A big part of me thinks I'm just going to end up being pregnant until they end up inducing me. But another part of me does kind of feel like I wouldn't exactly be surprised I went into labor, like, today, because, I am far enough along that it's possible, So, anything's possible, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, that's happened. I also had an appointment, normal doctor's appointment, that I called and asked to come in for. I actually went during my lunch break last week on Tuesday, and I tried to get as much stuff done as I could. He looked at my fluid, he looked at the baby, and he did the GBS swab, which then I got the results that I was GBS positive. So now I'm kind of like, okay. I mean, I asked my friends if any of them had GBS before and how it changed their birth plan, because my concern, I know GBS is really positive. I'm not like freaking out about having that. But my birth plan is that I want everything to be natural. I want it completely as natural as possible. I'm okay with a little bit of intervention for pain management, but I'm talking like IV pain meds. I don't want another shot in my butt of morphine. I never want that again. I never want another epidural again unless I'm having a C-section. And to be stuck in the bed with the IV fluids for like 40 minutes, and then 8 hours later another 40 minutes, just doesn't sound fun to me. I'm allergic to penicillin, so they have to use a different drug, which they need to do more spread out. So I don't know how that's going to affect things. I guess I'm going to ask for my appointment on Thursday, or if I call in for any reason I can ask. But yeah, other than that, we have gotten everything ready. So we got I needed a new changing table mat pad. I got that. We put the car seat in the car. We washed the car seat. I washed the vibrating chair. I have to have everything ready. So if she wants to come, there's a couple things that I'm waiting for in the mail, but other than that, I mean, I'm totally ready. So, and I can make do. Like, I have someone sending me the Haka breast pump thing, because last time I had such a bad oversupply and it was just pouring out. I really want to be able to save as much milk as I can this time, at least attempt to catch the letdown. So yeah, but I obviously don't need that in the hospital. And if I absolutely needed one, sooner rather than later, we can always go buy one from the store, order it on Amazon. We have Amazon Prime, so I can get it in like 1 day, 2 day, and it shouldn't be a problem, So that should be fine. I need to get myself flip-flops for the hospital because I still haven't bought those. I actually filmed a hospital bag, what's in my hospital bag video yesterday that I'm going to put up after this video, maybe like tomorrow or the next day. But I forgot to say in that video, so I will say here that one of the things is that I actually really didn't have any postpartum issues with anything. My postpartum was extremely easy, other than the fact that I had complications the night of. So there were some very minor effects going into the next morning. But once all of that was done with, I was fine. I didn't want padsicles. I didn't make padsicles. I didn't like them. As I said in my hospital bag thing, the mesh underwear I'm allergic to. That's a no-go. I don't want anything sprayed down there. My skin is sensitive to aloe. I don't want that there. I hated that thingy that they tell you to spray. I hated that thing. I used it once. It was way more painful than wiping. Did not want to do that. So I'm not really bringing anything postpartum. But I did do a hospital bag tour, I guess. So anyway, all right. So I will show you my belly now. It's getting very large for me and my tiny little petite stature. So yeah. All right. Here's my belly at 36 weeks exactly. So here's my belly, this side, and the front, and this side, and I'll pull this up, and my tattoo, and I'm still wearing my belly ring. Plan to wear it until, eternity, and there we go. So, there we go. Okay, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope everybody has a fabulous day, a fabulous week, and happy October yet again. I said that in my last video, but happy October. I love that we're getting into the season. my favorite season's winter, but